Howard. And our team coverage continues tonight with 7 Action News reporter Jane Park. She's live in Ferndale, where 100 people gathered for an emotional candlelight vigil. Jane?
Yeah, deep sadness. All of those emotions were present here in Ferndale, where many were here last week celebrating gay pride festivities. And they say they never fathomed they'd be here a week later after this terrible, unthinkable tragedy. On the night of the deadliest mass shooting in American history, dozens still stunned by the violence in Orlando stood shoulder to shoulder in Ferndale, where members of the LGBT community celebrated their pride just last week.
It made me so afraid for all the people, especially young children, who are imagining the world being a place that you can come out, that you can be safe. They've seen such an advancement in our civil rights, and this is just shoving people right back into the closet.
Some came after celebrating at Motor City Pride Fest earlier Sunday, where those festivities were shrouded by the deep sadness after a lone gunman killed 50 people and wounded more than 50 others, an act of hatred difficult to digest.
You think things are getting better when you get some equality, you get marriage, you find that more people are open, and then something like this happens and you're like, how can people hate so much just for people being who they are?
Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard says the tragedy shook him and his deputies, some of whom helped with security at this last-minute candlelight vigil.
Obviously, you know, your fear is soft targets or copycats, and that's our worst nightmare and always has been.
Shielding candles from the wind, messages from faith leaders, LGBT activists, and elected officials were ones of love, comfort, and encouragement.
People in Orlando, there is hope out there, and I think that a community like this is a real good example of what can happen when people come together.
Please don't get overwhelmed by the hate. Please remember to love each other, and remember again that those that did this act were not representative of God's love for you.
In everything you do, please be brave, be bold, be kind, be true, be you.
Now, obviously, those conversations about how to cope, how to support the people in Orlando will continue as we know more about what happened and know more about those victims. There is another vigil here planned in Ferndale at Affirmations, and that is set to happen Tuesday night. We're live in Ferndale. Jane Park, 7 Action News.
Jane, thank you. Emotional night, a lot of heartbreak. News of the tragedy hit home for the thousands who attended the Motor City Pride Fest. Police are investigating the mass shootings in Orlando as a hate crime, as we've mentioned.
It's hard to wrap around the fact that one of the worst dates in America is associated with my community, so I'm having a difficult time.